Tim Black. Tim Black. Tim Black. Yes, I am. Tim Black. Tim Black. Yes, I am. Tim Black. Tim Black. Tim Black. Tim Black. Tim Black. Yes, I am. True. Funny. Tim Black. I am TimBlack.com. Tim Black. Lord have mercy. What is going on? Hey, what's up, people? What the hell was that? All right. Let's start no drama now. What's up, people? How you doing? What's going on? Hope everybody's doing all right. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, we got it. All right, guys, one more time. Come on. So glad you guys could make it, man. Glad you could come through. Sorry about being late, guys. It's been we've been working up to the minute. I've been working on the video and got kind of caught up. And you know how it is, one-man show and all. I want to give it up to everybody out there on Periscope. Give it up to my Periscope people. It's my people. They know me in Periscopeville. Let's give it up for my people on Facebook, Jennifer Vickers and the whole crew. Give it up for Facebook. What a platform, what a platform, what a platform. They took platform and made it an art form. Let's give it up to my people on YouTube. Tim Black's Wolfpack all the way around. Yeah. 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 All right, guys. It's been a crazy couple of days, and I'm looking at the news. I'm looking at what's happening, and I don't know, man. I was just thinking, like, I'm gonna do what I was thinking, and I just picked 10 because I think the last one was 9, but I really don't know what number we're up to. So we're just gonna go with number 10. And I watched H.A. Goodman debate a Antifa representative, a person from the organization. And I thought this was a great thing to do this, to sit down and have a conversation. I wonder what you think. Do you think that was a good idea? I think it was a damn good idea. Right? You know, because I feel like, you know, the best way to get to know someone, to get to know an entity, to get to know really what's going on, regardless to what's being printed or talked about in the mainstream media, is you got to go to the source. Yeah, you can't sit around just reading articles or listening to someone just tell you what these people think or what the deal is. You have to actually give them an opportunity to speak. You shut up long enough to allow them to convey their message. And this is something that's missing. Like when you look at mainstream media, corporate media, and when we say fake news, when people say fake news, when they're calling all of these entities fake news, that's not always a fair assumption to make on all entities that report, of course. But there are certain entities that, you know, pony out these talking points, these narratives, and they're absent of the other side of the equation. They're leaving out a lot of information. And yes, that when they do that, that is fake news. But one of the things I see done that I think is a real problem in our today, and I don't know, like maybe I wasn't paying attention in the 90s or the 80s, because I was busy doing other stuff and I had a day job and that's what I was into. It's nowadays what I see a lot of is we talk about people, but we don't have them involved. We don't bring them in to have them add their side to the discussion. And when you do that, well, then that's when you get your groupthink. Because we all love opinions. We all have our own opinions, and we start deducing what we think people are. And look, especially when these people who are making the deductions work for corporations or they have salaries that they need to keep. So I think when we have an opportunity to sit down and have a conversation with someone, whether you agree with them or not, that's far better than you sitting around talking about them and making your own assertions. Now, it's true, you are going to need to make, because people can lie when they sit down, right? So I don't mean you just take whatever they say and just run with it. People can fabricate, people can lie in person, but at least they're on the record. At least they get to weigh in. So yeah, you can fact check someone after they're done, after you have the conversation. But I think it's invaluable, folks, that we allow people to have the conversation, that we encourage conversations, that we don't. Because what I was seeing in the comment section now wasn't from everyone. But I saw some people in the comment section beating up on HA because they thought he should have eviscerated this Antifa person, Gary, cut him off or like browbeat him or just beat him up like verbally when the man has agreed to come on your platform. He knows he's on unfamiliar territory. He knows he's playing on your playing field. He's agreed to sit down with you. Now, I'm not saying don't ask him hard questions. Don't ask him tough questions. What I'm saying is, what good will it have done for H.A. Goodman to beat up on this guy, make him get off the show in 2 seconds? I thought we wanted conversation. I thought we wanted to hear his take. I thought we wanted to hear his side of the story. That's what I thought. It sort of reminds me like when you were a kid, and, like this old thing you said, what's it say? And when the parent, when parents hit you and they say, don't cry, don't you cry now. They hit you till you cry. Then they say, shut up. Bow, bow, bow. Ah, shut up. Like, what do you want? What do you want? You invite some, so I disagree with that ideology where we're going to invite people on these platforms and then beat up on them. Everybody wants those moments, man. Like, I get it. I get we want the moment. We want the moment where you could be like, where you get that feeling, that release, like, not that release, the release of truth. But in the real world, it doesn't always come that way, right? What happens is, and I'm not saying this is what happened in HA's conversation, speaking more general. What happens is once you give a person an opportunity to talk, a lot more is revealed. And it may not be a wrecking ball question or a wrecking ball response, but you get it. And if you play it back a second time or maybe a third time and slow it down and go to key points have been made. And that's what I think we should be looking for. So we're used to this instantaneous gratification. We're used to the drama. We got the TMZs. We got our culture's changed so much that's kind of what we expect now. But no, man, a real fact-gathering exercise, a real exchange of ideas is not always going to come equipped with these watershed moments. So to the people that was beating up on H.A. Goodman, and this is, H.A.'s my friend, but this is not just about H.A. People did the same thing when I interviewed Ro Khanna. I asked this man in front of the world, in front of all the platforms that I stream on, I asked this man about where he took money from, why he took it, and his explanation. He doesn't get asked that ever on MSNBC, and for some people, that wasn't enough. Tim Black's a sellout. Tim Black's he went easy on the guy. I realize we're never going to please everyone. All I'm trying to do is explain the thought process behind when we have these people on, when we have an opportunity to talk to them. And what we're trying to accomplish is not some hit job. It's not some fight, some gotcha moment. It's just to get their side out and ask them some questions, and then give them an opportunity to answer those questions, and let that be on the record, and let people hear it, and let people absorb it, and let that be it. So the same thing happened to me, and the same thing would happen to you if you talk to someone and there are going to be people who are going to say, you didn't do such a great job because you didn't go there. So that's why I think that's just something I was thinking about, and I thought that the conversation about Antifa was a very informative conversation. And still, I watched portions of it. I need to rewatch it again myself. I do, because I think it's the first time I've actually heard an Antifa person speak for themselves who actually is a member of the organization or of an outfit of the organization. Like, I didn't know they had these little tiny chapters, right? And they kind of autonomous to a certain degree. Like, there's a loose affiliation, but certain organizations do their own thing. So anyway, if you're not aware of Antifa, you know what brought this up: the Charlottesville situation, the attack in Charlottesville, and the fallout, the violence between Antifa and various white nationalist organizations. And some say they are not white nationalist organizations. They say they just support the Confederacy, or they support free speech, or they're neo-Nazis, or they're just alt-right. And it's all of these different groups all have their side of the story. That's something that people aren't get. Like, everyone's going to have their side of the story. And what we're doing is we're talking about them, but we're not talking to them. We're making up our minds, but we're not talking to them. And it's something I said on an earlier show. I said, we should at least do the work of knowing what we're opposing. We should at least take the time to understand what we disagree with. And I'm not seeing that a lot. And I see it happen sometimes, and I don't see it enough. I think it's something we as a community could do a better job at. Holla if you hear me. This is what I think, I just think we need to do a better job at that. And look, after you hear someone out, you may still disagree with them. At least you know why, and they know why, and then there you go. I'm not saying it'll change your opinion at all. I'm not saying that at the end of the day, it's going to really move you or move the other person. But at least now the rest of the world, because we have an obligation when we have these conversations, if we do so publicly, to give this. It's not just for us. Like, I don't sit down with Ro Khanna tomorrow. This is for my Patreons, all you great people out there who give to the show. In fact, this show is brought to you by you. This show is brought to you by you. I say it's brought to you by tbtv.com or Tim Black TV, but no, it's really brought to you by you, because you fund this show. It ain't Google. This is your show. This is your funding of the show. That's why I read your mail, even sometimes if it's like, oh my God, I can't believe this person wrote that. I got to read your mail. You are the sponsor. And I would do that probably anyway. But, yeah, so tomorrow I'm going to be interviewing Ben Jealous. Give it up for Ben Jealous and Tim Black. Yeah. Now, full disclosure on Ben Jealous, I live in Maryland. He's running to be my next governor. I got a little skin in the game, more skin in the game locally in this one. Because right now I got Larry Hogan as a governor, a Republican with some bad ideas. And I would love to see Larry Hogan go. Okay? So I have a little bit more skin in the game. When we talk about local elections, a lot of times we focus on presidential elections, and we should focus on presidential elections. And we focus on Congress, and we should focus on Congress. But, we should also focus on governorships. We should also focus on districts. But we should also focus on sheriffs and judges and school boards, city councils. Hell, we should focus on it all. But we do have to pick our battles, because we just have so much bandwidth, right? So tomorrow will be an interesting conversation. I'm actually going to go to his office and sit with him. And I'm going to have my, have my camera, have my son's going to work the camera. And we're going to, my camera crew's going to be there. And I'm looking forward to it. This is the evolution of this channel. This is the evolution of what I've been doing. So I just wanted to mention that. That's not what the show's about. It's not about me talking about what I'm going to do tomorrow. I'm going to tell you some personal stuff, all right? Because you and my family, you're my supporters, and you're like, a lot of you are friends. So I speak to, come on. Like I always say, man, I'm not somebody up in the ivory tower making all the, flying in on a helicopter like Matt Lauer. In my contract, I need to be flown into work and flown out 3 days a week, and I need to have, a bunch of Hershey's chocolates in my green room and foot massage and, and give me some dancing girls and a whole bunch of, I don't know, tequila. I don't know what they ask for. I don't think I'll ever have to worry about what I need to ask for because that ain't going to be my situation. But I wanted to talk to you about something that's kind of personal because I want to talk to you about being woke. And I want to talk to you about what my experience has been lately. Right? And I want to see if you relate to this. I want to see how you feel about it. And I want to know if I'm alone or if I'm in good company. Okay, so I was having a conversation with the wife a couple of days ago. And I was telling her how frustrating it is becoming. And I'm not just talking about ad revenue going away. Like every video I do, no matter what it's on, they say it's not advertiser friendly. I don't care what it's on. It could be on the death of someone who I saw as a hero, Dick Gregory, or it could be on Hillary Clinton, or it could be on the DNC, or it could be on a man getting a stay of execution in Missouri. Marcellus Williams. It could be on anything. As soon as I uploaded, it's demonetized. But that's not just the stress. Okay, that sucks, right? But that's not just the thing. It's feeling like we have such a hard fight. Such a hard fight to get information out, wanting to make a difference, wanting to wake people up, wanting to get this information out, and feeling like you get judged by the people who are against your information because it's counter to their narrative, and you get judged by the people that should be fighting with you. And it's just this circle of pain. It's just different degrees of getting beat up. Oh, this person hits with an overhand hard right. This one hits with uppercuts. Fine. This is great. And then there's also an element of people struggling, trying to get recognition, wanting to grow. So they go after you, not always because they disagree with you as much as they just want they want to grow their platform. And there's a bit of that in it as well. But anyway, back to the conversation with my wife. So I'm talking to her about this stuff. And I say, waking up is realizing that Obama dropped 26,000 bombs. 26,000 bombs in the Middle East. And they hardly ever talked about it. No one talked about it, and you know this. And no one's talking about it. Waking up is knowing that Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, and Donald Trump have been friends for years. But now he's a flaming racist and no one wants to talk about that. Simple thing, like these people have been friends. Their kids have been friends. They lived in the same state. They've known each other for decades. And now all of a sudden he's a raging racist. He's a raging racist that contributed to her campaigns. And no one's going, hey, something don't look right here. No, it's waking up is knowing that Obama, his father went to Harvard. That kind of helped with the admission. Waking up is knowing that Obama inherited $500,000. Now, we hear all the time about how much money Trump got, but no one talks about how much money Obama got. Why don't people talk about it? Waking up is not just waking up to those facts, because that's one level of waking up for me, right? The other level of waking up is saying, why aren't they talking about it? You know what I mean? Like, why is this not a topic of conversation? Would it, and then kind of like putting it together in your head and be like, you know what? I think they don't talk about these things because if we know, particularly black folks, if black folks knew that Obama was never just a regular black guy, maybe they would have held him more accountable. Yeah, if black folks knew this is a rich guy who never lived around black folks, grew up with his white grandmother, his white mother, hardly ever saw his father, maybe a couple times or whatever, has no real connection to these people at all, they would stop and they would see that, as they say in the car business, that you're getting put together. When someone's putting you together, they're social engineering you to come to a conclusion in your head about something so that they can get what they want. Get what I'm saying? So I see this and it infuriates me to no end. Because at the end of the day, they're using you against you. And all of these entities that went along with it. Come on. I didn't know a lot of this stuff until I started waking up around 2013. Right? So 2014, 2015, So I'm like, hold on. You mean this has been going on all along? And you can't tell me I'm the only person that knows this stuff. So if you have a whole staff, I'm just Tim Black. Everything I find out, you guys help me find out. Or I look it up myself, right? You guys are sending me information. You're sending me links. That's how I find out stuff. But other than that, I don't have a staff of people helping me out. You mean journalists sitting on news desks act as if they don't know the stuff I know. They know it. And that's the whole next level of waking up is, okay, it's not just finding out things that they didn't tell you. It's also becoming to the realization that they knew it. They knew it. And they didn't share it. And there's a reason for them not telling you why. It's a reason why you didn't know that about Obama. It's a reason why you didn't know this about Hillary and Bill. There's a reason why you didn't know this about Trump. It's a reason why you don't know this about the Federal Exchange. It's a reason why you don't know this stuff. Because they don't want you to know. It's not because you lack interest in these issues. It's because they don't want you to know it, and there's a reason for that. It's a payoff for them keeping you uninformed, ill-informed, misinformed. And it happens on both sides. So anyway, I'm having this conversation with my wife, and her eyes are kind of glossing over at this point. Hey, y'all, you're glossing over. She's like, she's not into this stuff like that. For one, it's depressing to a person who doesn't really know. They're like, what? I'm like, yes, look it up. Look it up. I even pulled up some stuff. Look, here's when Obama inherited the money. See, here it is right here. Wouldn't that be big news? Wouldn't they want the whole world to know that Obama's inherited this money? He got $500,000. Why isn't anybody talking about it? That's big. That's huge. This is a good thing. Why isn't that common knowledge? And then I look at Michelle Obama going on the Oprah show telling poor people like you and I that we need not worry about how much money people have. Money's not important. Yeah, I guess not if you're rich. We got two rich black women sitting up on the show telling other poor people, other poor black women, that money ain't important. It's all about what's inside. That is just to neutralize us, to get us to stop fighting for our piece of the pie. Do you understand? And what does it take? What type of human being does that? What type of human being gets theirs and tells you, you having yours ain't important, dog? See, there you go worried about getting yours. You are so selfish. Worried about getting yours. You go again, wondering how you're going to put your kids through college. There you go again, wondering how you're going to retire. Always about you. It's hypocritical, but it's horrid. It's so disgusting on a level that I need better words. I need to break out the dictionary. It's insidious. It's strategic. And there are people who know it's going on. Like, you come to my channel, look, 100,000 subscribers. I'm going to give it up to everybody. You badasses. I love you. I love you. You are amazing, Facebook. You're amazing, Twitter. You're amazing, you two people, for hooking me up, for being here, for sharing my stuff. No more, I don't pay you to share stuff. You share stuff of mine because you enjoy it, because you like it, you find it informative. It speaks to issues that you are concerned with. I don't pay to have my stuff shared. But the people who don't know this stuff, or I should say the people that do know this stuff, they want to keep it that way. So anyway, I'm having this conversation with my wife, and it's going on, and it's mostly me. And I'm getting upset at this point, because she's not really as interested as I think she should be interested, So I start getting louder, like, you can't believe it. Look at what they're doing here. And look at Flint. Look at what they did. They poisoned babies. Baby, they poisoned babies. It went on for 2 years, 3 years. It's still going on. And no one did anything about it. Like, no one went to jail. Why is it no one went to jail? Why is the governor up living? Why is he outside of a jail cell right now? He should be in jail. Forget partisan. I don't care if he's the Republican or Democrat. He should be in jail. Why isn't he? Let you poison someone's cat or dog. See what happens to you. They poisoned human beings, knew they were being poisoned, didn't fix it, and blamed other people. If you poison your neighbor's dog on purpose, somebody's going to egg your house, you're going to go to jail, you're going to be on some small local news channel. If they get the story, because that's a great story, because they already know you got a winner, you got a loser, you got a good guy, you got a bad guy, you got a villain already there, because everybody loves dogs and cats, particularly dogs. But not everybody loves poor people in Flint. And I know it's not just Flint. It's not just Flint. But I was just, for my sake of my argument, trying to get my wife to get as excited as I was about this stream of consciousness where we're talking about being woke. And I'm going to tell you guys, and I'm not joking at all, it's a very lonely feeling. You all riled up about stuff about society. You all riled up about the machine that you discovered. And the person you're talking to is like, I don't want to hear any more of this. Really. Can we watch the show, or can we do this other thing? You really need to calm down. You're getting all excited, Tim Black. Tim, just calm down, Tim. I hear you, baby. I hear you. Sounds bad. And I'm thinking she's not getting excited because I don't, maybe she think I got some weird information. It's not true. I'm like, I'm Googling stuff. Look at this. Look at this. I'm pulling it up on the phone. Look at this. Look. And I don't know. I was just wondering, like, if other people gone through it and what has been your way of dealing with it. Because it's painful. I wish we could all wake up at the same time. I know that's not possible. I mean, if that happened, oh my God. I mean, you think it was riots in Charlottesville, that'd be nothing. If everybody just at one time woke up to really what's going on, if they woke up to the prison industrial complex, because there are people right now, see, here's the thing. There are people right now who think when people go to jail, they think it's the person's fault. They never read the Ferguson reports. They never read the DOJ reports to show these various agencies were preying on these poor black people in order to undergird their freaking city budgets. That on your way to work, you can get pulled over 6 times by 6 different municipalities, all just trying to take as much money from you as possible for your busted taillight, or for driving too slow, or driving too fast, or not having your signal on when your signal was on, or whatever. I mean, we found out they were violating these people's constitutional rights over a long period of time. And just like I said with Flint, it's not just Ferguson. But do you know there are people who don't think that that happens because they don't know about it? How much play really did the Ferguson report get? And why didn't it? See, we're back to where we started. And what I'm saying is it's a lonely, you're in this position. It's like, you hear this. So when I hear people, I hear them often because they blame the victims. They blame these people for their situations and they don't even know. And what hurts the most is when they do it and you try to give them information and they reject it. I don't want to know. I don't want to know what the police have been proven systematically to be doing to these poor people. Then when they start learning about the prison pipeline, the school to prison pipeline, the new Jim Crow, you know about it, they have no idea. They just want to get home and watch Game of Thrones. And no diss to Game of Thrones, it was good. My wife watches Game of Thrones. She knows all about Game of Thrones, man. All of it. Oh. Sometimes I don't like watching it with her though. Because she's telling me all this backstory. She's telling me where the Calrissian or Calachi, whatever name is. I don't even know names of people. I know Snow. I know Dog. I know the girl with the little knife. She's cool as shit. I don't know names. She knows names. Who had baby with who and who grew up where. Castle Rock or something. She knows everything. I know nothing. And it takes away the fun sometimes. Even when I am trying to unplug, I'll try to watch it. So I'm like, I need to get away from that. I can't keep hearing about, police brutality and keep hearing about Putin and Russia and North Korea. And now it's racism, it's skinheads, it's neo-Nazis. I need a break. I need a mental health break. But then she wanted to, so I guess we're in the same boat because I'm trying to tell her about some stuff. And she's trying to tell me about some stuff. But I think that being woke is a process. And I don't know if you're ever fully woke. I think you just keep learning. I think you just keep waking and waking and waking. And finally your head explodes. Right? Because you're like, oh no, your head exploded to black. Your head is gone, man. Your head is over there. Your head's all on the wall. You have exploded because it's just too much realness. You just want to take it out of you and share it with others because you want other people to wake up. And then at the end of all of that, it's like, so what you gonna do with the information? What you gonna do now? So now I know how horrible it is. Now what? We get activated. We join organizations. We join causes we care about. We become part of the solution, not part of the problem, not part of the people that have no inkling of what's happening in their own country, in their own city, in their own state, on their own block, for God's sake. We become the doers. That's what we do. And if we don't do that, then what do we got? What do we have? Waking up, it should be more. And you know what? One of the things that I try to stress, and I'm going to throw this in here, and I want to thank you all for sitting through my little personal story and sitting through this whole, rant, is through it all, I'm also thinking about people who are being lied to on a daily basis. And if you've watched me for a while, you probably heard me make this statement before. And I think it bears repeating. It needs to be repeated every time out because there are these people, you don't want to be these people, right? You have to be woke with compassion. Not just with those who are being hurt, but with those people who are being lied to. Because I believe very few people, man, would knowingly with choice contribute to or be oblivious, willfully ignorant to truth? I think some people are afraid. Yeah, I think some people are afraid, man. Yeah. Some people are afraid. You start hearing truth and it's like, wow. This is life? This is the world? This isn't what they told me in the movies. This isn't what they said it was going to be. This isn't what's in the Constitution. This isn't what America's supposed to be about. You mean Standing Rock, they shot at people? They poured water on people during blizzards? Yeah, that's what they did. You mean people are still in jail? Yeah. You mean that was their land? Yeah. You mean Democracy Now! Was covering it, and many other entities were covering it as well. A lot of guerrilla journalists on the ground were covering it. They got locked up too? Yeah. Yeah. In America, 2016, not 1816, not 1922, last year. And it's like, wow, that's some scary stuff. That's not something that everybody's willing. Let's admit it. That's not something that everyone, I'm sure, would just want to run to and find out. You know, people want to find out good stuff. They want to find out good stuff. Yeah, that's what they want. People want to find out good stuff. Unless somebody cheating on you, then you want to find that out, but then you kind of wish you didn't find that out. But you want to find out good things. People are not actually running to find out that they're being screwed by their own government, that they're being screwed by the system. And what makes it harder for me is that I'm naturally a person who tries to look at both sides. I've been doing this before I started. I've been that person that would look at something, and kind of always be like, the balanced person. Like, okay, well, maybe they're thinking this, and maybe that's why they did this, and doesn't necessarily mean that they hate you. Maybe this is what's going on in their head. Let's think about what they're thinking about too, while we think about how you've been injured or how you feel like you've been wronged. And some people mistake that for, being, I don't know, too nice or whatever, but it's just how I am. I like how I am. This is a natural thing. But when I find out, I hold people accountable. So the whole time I'm thinking about the people who don't want to know about these things because it's a scary thing. It's horrific. I have no solution other than we got to fight back. And that is not, and that's work. Like the solution's not go push this button and this shit clears up. That's the type of solutions everyone wants. People want you to be able to go push a button and everything clears up for you. Like, oh, look, everything's better. It's pretty now. Everything's all green now and shiny. And everyone's equal. There's no more mass incarceration. There's no more fracking. We're not relying on fossil fuels anymore. We're going to try to go to green energy. We're actually fighting against global warming, climate change, whatever it is. Just hit that button, man. All of it's better. Oh, race relations are better. We just hit the button. It's all better. Everybody's good. Everybody's fine, man. Oh, man. But that's not how it works. We got to do the work. And work is not, it's not the type of, and look, and it's not even the type of work where they're going to get something for it, like tangibly. Like, okay, you do this and you get a paycheck. You do this and you can get this, you can have this land. You do this and here's a medal. You do this and, I don't know, probably nothing happens in the next 10 years or the next 5 years. Or maybe something happens overnight. Who knows, man? So when you look at it from all those different angles, which is exhausting, being woke is a job. But I sure hope all of you do it with me. And I hope those of you who are more advanced in waking up, and that's another thing. Once upon a time, you knew nothing. Once upon a time, you was a sleepyhead just like everybody else. And it wasn't because you chose it. It's because that's what they fed you. That's what you drank. That's what you ate. That's what they give you. So how could you not be? Okay? Well, it was easy to be what they told you to be. It was easy to believe what they told you to believe. I was listening to and one thing you hear can change your opinion to a large degree. Like when I heard that Charlottesville, like Robert E. Lee never went to Charlottesville. And at the time of the Civil War, Charlottesville was 52% black slaves. And when they erected it, people felt like it was a slap in the face to let black people know you're not going to be equal. We still believe in this shit. And when you look at it from that context, it gives me a different take on the situation. There's levels to being woke. There's levels to understanding. There's levels to understanding why somebody else feels the way they feel. And what I see, and as I started out, what I see is a lot of times people are not so interested in even hearing why people feel the way they feel. They already have their mind made up of why someone thinks the way they think. I think it's a mistake. I think being woke is not just knowing stuff. Being woke is recognizing that having empathy for other people and realizing this is a process and realizing there's still more to know. That nuance matters. The grays matter. It's not just black and white. It's a lot of gray, and you need to know that too. And then you always have to be humble and be like, yo, I may not know it all. I'm not seeing that so much with some people either. I was like, God, you know everything. Wow. You know everything. How do you know everything? You're amazing. You know it all. How'd that happen? What school of know-it-all did you go to? Did you get a grant, or did your parents pay for you to go to know-it-all university? You got a doctorate and look down your nose at the rest of us. Wow, a PhD in I told you so. Wow, you're amazing. Not a lot of fun at parties, though. I'm just saying, guys, I was thinking about this stuff. It was on my mind. I thought I'd share it with you. I'm glad to be waking up. I'm glad to be woke. I'm glad to be ever in the process of learning more, of ever growing. I don't think, like they say, man, once you stop growing, you stop living. So I think we just keep going. We keep growing. We show compassion with those who don't know what we know. We share it with them in the spirit of love, not a spirit of, I told you so, I'm better than you. And we have a lot of young people with a lot of fighting spirit. We have a lot of people, and we have a lot of older people with some fighting spirit too. And I think we should respect those people because they are not our enemy. I try to save my power, my powder, my bullets, my verbal bullets, my writing bullets, my video bullets for people I know better and choose to put out this information. I do not waste my artillery nor spend hard body shots to those people who are being lied to who just don't know what I know about something. I think we got to have more love in our hearts. That's what I believe. That's how I'm built. You know, the way you were raised has a lot to do with who you are. You know, I was raised a Jehovah's Witness. I left it when I was old enough to leave it. But it's part of me. The thing, it was always this, treat people this way, treat people that way. What you do matters. How you treat people matters. And it's like, it's like it was like church. It was like church on steroids. Like you went like 4 days a week. And then not only that, you had to go out and talk to people. And I actually believed at the age of 10, 11, 12, that I was knocking on your door to save your life. Like I actually believed that. There was no money in it. It was a feeling of you are trying to help people have life after death. Like that's what they believed. That's what I believed. And when I woke up to it, I was like 13, 14, like, hey, this ain't, hey, what, didn't even let black people in it till 1982 or something? And then now there's like all these other stuff started coming out later. Like, oh my God, I'm glad I got out of that. Woo! Touching children, what is it? You heard the allegations. It's like Roman Catholic Church, like, same type of allegations. But you still who you are, and that's why I'm always interested in other people's stories about who they are. Back to this. I'm going all over the place, but I want people to know. I want people to understand where I'm coming from, and I'm just saying. I'm seeing a lot of beating up of one another. I see a lot of punching left to people I don't think you need to punch left at. And some of those people who are punching left, they're punching at us. Now, we have to decide if the people that are punching left, the people that are punching down, like Joy Reid, who recently had a segment on MSNBC, where she said that anyone who disbelieves that Russian hacked our election and stole our democracy is being paid by Putin. Is being paid by Russians. She even went so far to say, with that guy Malcolm Nance and Najid something, they went so far to say that if you have a Patreon or PayPal, that Russians are paying you. So they went not just attacking RT America or Fox News or Trump. Now they're attacking people as small as me, who barely have who have cheap lights with a cover that costs $60, a $90 webcam, a mic it took me months to save up to get. They're attacking us and saying that we work for Putin. And I don't believe that Joy Reid doesn't know better. So I hit her all day. But there are regular people who listen to Joy Reid who don't know anything, who only know what they've been told by Joy Reid. They don't have time to do research, or they don't find it that important. The decision's already been made. Those people I try to pull my punches on. Those are the people I try to take it easy on. It's been a process. You may have seen me on Twitter go in on people in the past. I do a lot less of that now, particularly with people who are just random. Unless they're a bot. If I think they're a bot, I might hit them back pretty hard. But you get what I'm saying, right? You follow me? Joy Reid wants to hurt us because Joy Reid is hearing those footsteps. She's hearing the footsteps. And don't think they're not concerned with independent media folks like myself telling the truth, telling as much truth as I possibly can. And if I don't tell it all or I miss something, it's not because I said, hey, I don't want to tell that. I don't want to tell that truth. I'd rather just leave that truth out. Maybe I don't want to overload the world with too much truth. It's because I don't know. I didn't know that part. I didn't know it, or I would have hit him with it. I would have hit him with it. Look, there is no amount of truth that needs to be held back from the power structure when it comes to exposing them. No one's perfect. You start, and that's another thing. I was having this conversation with my wife. Back to that real quick. One thing I told her, I said, every politician, I don't care who it is, there's something that they've done that I disagree with. I don't care who it is. I love them, but I'm sure if I look, I'll find something. Some people, all they do is look for that. Those people, that works for them. I understand anarchist. Some people are anarchists and don't know it. They don't even know they're anarchists. They are really anarchists. Because in this system, no one's perfect. Not me, not these politicians, no matter who they are. But I remember something that Nina Turner said, and she probably was trying to help me. She was probably trying to help me when she said it. She said, Tim, she said, hard on policy, soft on people. And I know I've heard her say it a couple times. Then she said it in Chicago to me. I go hard on people, hard on policy. I don't know if that's right or wrong is what I do. But I do it only with the people I think need it. But anyway, the end of the story, the end of the thing with the wifey, I just tell you, I really had to really think it over and really kind of detach for a little bit, because being woke is painful. It's not only painful for us, it's also painful for our spouses. It's painful for our friends. Because we're all heated up. We're all locked into these other issues. And they got issues too. Like, okay, who's making the kids lunch? Well, not yet because it's not school time. But gotta take the car in. Gotta do this. Gotta do that. I'm I'm over here trying to save the world, woman. You know, come on. I gotta do the thing. I gotta build the thing over here. You know what I'm saying? But there's other stuff too. I wish you all peace of mind. But more than that, I wish you the struggle, because the struggle means you are awake. But find your moments of peace. Find your moments of mental relaxation or escapism or whatever. You still need that. Don't let nobody tell you don't need that. I had a good friend on Facebook offer me, say, you come on out to Minnesota, hang out. You look like it's weighing on you, Tim Black. I had a couple people hit me up at different times. Tim Black, you used to be fun. Now you just angry. I'm like, gosh, you didn't see my old stuff. All I used to do was yell. Sometimes I got to let it out. I want to make them pay for it. But whatever you need to do, find your balance. Like Nico House says, find your balance. You got to find your balance or you'll have you'll fall out. We don't need you falling out. It's hard to fight for peace, and it's hard to be anti-war if you're not here because you fell out because you didn't give yourself a break today. So this conversation, I know, it's not for everybody. It's only for a select few. We have to work and fight for it and do it all. We do. And it felt good today to be able to cover Marcellus Williams. Not because I think he's an angel, but because a man's life, he had a stay of execution. I feel like many of you had something to do with that. And I'm sure you don't take credit for it, but I think you should take some credit for it. Because if you're a part of the group of people that got loud enough that this hit the radar, that it started trending, that the governor responded in kind, I think you should feel good about that. We have to take the time to feel good about the small wins, the tiny wins. And to Marcellus Williams and his family, I'm sure it's a huge win. And though I don't think he's an angel, I don't think he killed Felicia Gale. And I don't think he did it because I looked in his eyes and I could see in his heart. I could see in his eyes. I looked in his eyes. I could feel his heart. Like Bush said about Osama or something. That's crazy shit. No, because the DNA said he didn't do it. The DNA said his fingerprints weren't on a murder weapon. Someone else's was. Now, either he had the ability to do that. He's a magician. 20 years ago, he was a magician. and now he's just a prisoner. Before he had the ability to put other people's fingerprints on the murder weapon, or he didn't, or he did, or he didn't. Like, you can't have it both ways. So I feel good about that, and that need to be celebrated somewhat, because we've been getting kicked in the teeth for a while. We've been getting beat up online for a while. And we've been seeing losses for a while. Hey, some people today questioning, why do I support the DNC fraud lawsuit? Because I support getting rid of corruption. Well, Elizabeth Beck and Jared Beck should have did the case a different way. Well, you know what? Won't you take up the case? Who says you can't sue them too? Go sue them your way. Well, then shut up then. You have a lot of crap to talk when you're not doing anything. If we don't have free and fair elections, what do we have? What do we have? Idiot. Sorry, that's an idiot. That person needs to learn. And I just said, be peaceful, Tim. Be peaceful. Be peaceful. I don't always follow it. I'm learning. I'm trying to get better. But back to my closing, I just want to say, guys, find some balance. Take moments. It's going to be a hell of a run to 2020, to 2018, to 2020. A hell of a run. I believe this in my heart of hearts. We're going to get some wins in there. We're going to have some losses. I need you with me. I'm with you. We need to be together. And another thing, one last thing about this channel, about this channel. Know this. This ain't about me personally. Yeah, I'm a nice guy. We could have a beer, or we could drink some coffee together. We could eat some cornbread and talk. But it ain't about me. It's about the great things we do with it. It's about the guests we bring on and the conversations we have and the awareness we share. And it took 4 years to build. We're knocking on 30 million views. I see people bragging at 5 million views. Hey, no knock to them. 30. High 20s. We're getting messages out. We're helping people. When you support this channel, you're not just supporting me. You're supporting what we do. That's what it's about. And I want to support not just myself, but others. That's right. So, on that note, I would like to encourage you to support this channel. Join me on Patreon or join me on PayPal, whatever you want to do, however you want to do it. But more than that, I would like for you to join. Some people, I get nothing for this, by the way. They don't even know I'm doing it. I'm doing it because I love what they talk about. And I don't agree with everything that either one of these people talk about. But it's in my spirit to share them. I would like for you to go subscribe to 2 channels. Lionel Nation, one of them. Come on. Lionel Nation, I've taken the time to listen to this man articulate his opinions after he articulates facts of the situation. After he lays down, he informs you, then he gives you his take, and he does it in his own unique style, his own unique way, his own unique delivery. Love that guy. I love this guy. This guy's great. All right? He's great at what he does. And I encourage you once again to go subscribe to him. Lionel Nation. He's a wealth of knowledge, and I love his use of the vocabulary. It's great. And historical context that he places he parallels what's going on now and historically, and that is something you can't just buy that. You have to have the data, the information. You have to know what you're talking about to be able to do that. And I admire him for that. The other person, I would like to encourage you to go subscribe to and share their stuff, is Yvette Carnell Breaking Brown. Yvette Cornell, Breaking Brown, and Arami, they put out information that is so necessary and so vital. They take you to school with information. They hit on topics with data, not just with opinions, with data, with facts, with research. But there's also some humor, and there's also some attitude, and it's all from a position of this is what's needed, this is how we go forward. And it's no rose-colored glasses. It's like, we got to work. And it's about improving the condition of black folks in America. It's about a black politics that works. And I love what they do, and I think they need more support. They should have bigger numbers. They should have 100,000 subscribers. I think Lionel Nation is close to 100,000. Yvette Cornell, Breaking Brown, Arami Osimfrimpa, I'm close. The Funky Academic, they should have 100,000 subscribers. Truth tellers deserve that. No, they're not putting on music and dancing. No, Lionel is not, I don't know. He's not playing a banjo and singing a song, but he deserves that. They both deserve it. So I encourage you to go subscribe to Breaking Brown, Yvette Cornell, Lionel Nation. And periodically, I will do this with others. This ain't a competition. This is a mission. This ain't about benefiting me personally. It should not be about benefiting yourself personally. It should be about what we're in this for. Because frankly, if it was about benefiting ourselves personally, we'd be doing something else, wouldn't we? I appreciate you all. Waking up is a process. It takes time. Those two people that will help others wake up as well, share those people, share your thoughts. Let's stay in this, stay engaged. I want to thank all those people who make this show possible, who make this platform possible, who support this platform. I appreciate you. Have a great remainder of your evening. Shout out to H.A. Goodman for his interview with Gary, and shout out to Gary for having the cojones, for having the courage to come out and represent what you believe in. Whether I agree with it or not, we have a lot of cowards who would never face an audience with their beliefs because their beliefs, they know, are half-baked, half-concocted, spewing of narratives from mainstream media, made up fallacies and garbage. And they can't defend it. So I want to thank them for that. Shout out to Momo Pineno, Iron Man Oz, and all those people that have been here since day one. I'm out of here. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you soon. I'll be on location with Ben Jealous tomorrow. We're going to be talking. I'm going to interview him and ask him some questions and get the skinny on the governor's race here in my home state of Maryland. Thank you for what you do. You make it possible once again. I'm out of here. I love you. And like I always say, don't you let nobody take your cornbread. That's your cornbread. Keep it. Tim Black. Tim Black. Tim Black. Yes, I am. True. Funny. Tim Black. I am TimBlack.com. Tim Black. All right, guys, go in the description box below, pick up a t-shirt. Our t-shirt of this week is Move Liberal. Get out the way, get out the way, get out the way. Move neoliberal. See, it's neoliberal, not liberal, Tim. Move neoliberal. Get out the way, get out the way, get out the way. Move neoliberal, get out the way, get out the way, get out the way. Thank you for supporting independent media. Thank you for being here. Go in the link description below and get yourself a t-shirt. It is a great time to do so. I really need you to chip in if you can. I appreciate you. Much love to you. Thank you, Momo Pineno. You keep the the fire is burning here on the Tim Black Show, the TBTV. You got my back, I got yours. We out.
Bye, Felicia.